Hello, welcome to this tutorial about how to use Voki. We will be using Voki throughout this Spanish course. What this website is that it is a space where you can record your voice, but you're also going to be making a video avatar that will go along with your voice recordings. The first place we're going to start is that I am going to show you how to log in. I do want you to make a username and password since we will be using the website repeatedly, and by doing that you will be able to return and look at old Vokis that you have created. So in the upper right hand corner I already have a login username and password. So I'm going to go ahead and enter those in. When I do that and hit login, it's going to go to the same place that it would take you if you were doing your registration. Be sure to pick a email that you use frequently and choose a password that you will remember easily. So while I'm logging in here, it's going to take me to my first main page. You can see videos that I have already created, or Vokis rather. And then on the left hand side where you see the face, and as I move the arrow, her eyes are moving, that is what is your actual Voki. In order to make your Voki, you're first going to go to the Create a New Voki button. And after I click on that, it's going to take me to the area where you work on creating your Voki. So it's going to give you just a default character over here. Now I've switched over to this girl with the funky headphones. You have a few different places that you need to look at when you are about to make your Voki. You first have the Customize Your Character area, then you have the Give It a Voice area, you have Backgrounds, Players, Publishing, and then underneath the Voki you have an area where you can work with Color Palette. We are going to start with Customize Your Character. You're going to first want to click on the little blank face. And that's going to bring you to an area where you then have the face, hair, and then some lips. On this area here between these two arrows, you can click throughout and you're going to come to different options for what do you want your character to be. So this is on oddballs right here. You can go to randoms. That's going to bring you to things like a leprechaun, and then as you see here when I click on the character, it will show up on the Voki on the left hand side, that character. So you could be the leprechaun here, or I could click on the flower. VIP, you could be somebody like Britney Spears or Sacha Baron Cohen. Okay, and if you keep clicking through, you'll come across lots of different characters that you can be. I am going to find the area that says classic, because I want to show you how to work with the different areas to adjust hair color and makeup and things like that. So I'm just going to click on this female character here. So there I have the base for what I'm working with. If I then go and click on the hair icon, that's going to bring me to my different hairstyles that I can choose. So let's go with maybe this short one today. Sure. If I go over, actually I'm going to choose my lips next. If you click on the lip up here, you have different options for mouths. Let's do, oh, that one's kind of funky. How about these fun red lips here? Okay. And then if I go over underneath the Voki, I have some options here. So the mouth, I can change the color if I want that to be different lipstick color. Makeup is really going to work with the eye makeup, so if I click on the grid here of the rainbow kind of, if I want to go to some blue eye makeup, I can do that and then click around. Eyes, that would be eye color, so if I want her to have some green eyes, I can change those. Skin color you can change, okay? Kind of work with what you want until you get what you like. And then hair color, same thing, you can change that to be darker or lighter. How about we go with the super blonde? Okay. Then when I'm all finished with that, I can click on the clothing tab next to the head. And then same thing along the bar here, you have options of sports, casual, dressy, a uniform. Let's go with, oh, how about this navy kind of, oh no, doctor. Okay, so we're going to give her doctor clothes. And then if I choose bling, that's going to give me some options. I either have glasses to choose from here, or if I click on the diamond, I will get some different jewelry. So I'm going to give her some glasses. How about these? Look pretty doctory. And then I can choose some jewelry for her. So there's a necklace for her. Okay, and then when I'm all done with that, I can click done. The next area we're going to look at is our backgrounds and players. Backgrounds is just an option of what do you want this background to look like. So right now we have some trees in the background. I can click through again along between the arrows, nature, something animated, something related to holidays, obscure, sports, indoors, nightlife, city views, outdoors. I'm going to click on outdoors. And let's see, we have lots of options. I'm going to pick, oh, how about the snow here, okay? We're far away from having that snow back, but let's put that there as a reminder that the heat right now, we should be thankful for, even if it has been extremely hot. Then when I am done choosing that, I can click done. And then I can go to players. All of this is doing is I can change the outer edge of my Voki video here. So if I wanted to change it to blue, a different blue, or red, I'm going to put it onto the gray. That kind of matches the snow there. And then I can hit done. Then our last piece is that we need to give our Voki a voice. Okay, we have 4 different options here. I will talk about 3 of them and then I'll go into detail on the one that we are going to use. The telephone icon, if you don't have maybe a microphone on your computer, you can use the telephone option. If you click onto the telephone, it's going to bring you to an area where it'll give you a free phone number to call in, and then you can record your Voki over the phone. The keyboard tab here is where you can type in what you want your Voki to say, and it will say it in a computerized voice. We will never be using this option because the point of recording these is so that I can hear your oral pronunciation on your assignments. And then another option you have is that if you pre-recorded your assignment somewhere else and you have that saved as an audio file, you can upload that using the File tab. We are going to be using the Microphone tab because you should all have access to a microphone at home. Okay? So when you click on that, here's where we get taken to. The recording area. So one thing you need to remember is that on Voki, your message can only be up to 60 seconds. So as you're recording, you can watch the timeline here to see where you are at. So as an example, I'm going to record what our first assignment is, that you'll be assigned in Module 1, where you'll be telling your name, where you live, and describing yourself with 3 different adjectives in Spanish. So once I'm done recording this, you're going to hear a playback that'll sound kind of funky, but I can't stop the playback from happening once I hit record. So watch as I do a practice record. Hola, me llamo Profesora Olson. Tengo 29 años. Vivo en Duluth, Minnesota. Soy alta, soy inteligente, soy activa. Hola, me llamo Profesora Olson. Tengo 29 años. Vivo en Duluth, Minnesota. Soy alta, soy inteligente, soy activa. Okay, so there you heard my playback of my recording, and then I also added an age because that will be part of the assignment as well. So when I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and hit save, and I'll just call this introduction because that's what it is. basically an introduction in Spanish of who you are.
Hola.
Now I was going to start playing it again, but I don't need to hear it again, so that's good. So then if I just hit play on the player here,
Hola.
if you look
Me
over,
llamo profesora Olson. Tengo 29 años.
if you look over at the video area, then you'll see the mouth of the Voki moving that will match the words. So I'll just hit play again so you can see that.
Hola. Me llamo profesora Olson. Tengo 29 años.
Okay, so that is, I'm happy with what I've recorded there, so when I'm all finished, I'm going to go and hit done. And then my last step is that I want to hit publish, so that's in the bottom right hand corner. And then it's going to prompt you for a name again, so I'm just going to title this Introduction again. And then as it's saving, it's going to bring me up to a screen here telling me that it's been saved. And the first tab that's opened up is called Add to Your Site. Okay, we are not going to be using these first options right away, although later we will. And when we get to that, I will have a separate tutorial for you on this. So here it's showing that it can post it right to one of these major websites for you, such as MySpace, Facebook, Twitter. If you know already how to use embed code in HTML, you can just copy this embed code and put it onto a website or blog if you have one. You also have the option of getting your Voki link. So if you wanted an actual web link to the Voki, you could send that to somebody. So you'd go and choose standard Voki link, and it's going to give you a web address that you can then share. Okay. We, however, are going to use the Send to a Friend tab, so this orange tab. When you click on that, it's already going to have your name and your email written in for you, as long as you have registered an account. Where it says your friend's email, you are always going to send this to senoritaolson@yahoo.com for your assignments. So you want to type that in. It's always going to require that you have a subject, so you could do assignment 1 maybe. And then put your name so that I know who the assignment is coming from. And in your message, you don't need to write anything unless you have some extra information that you want to write to me. Okay, and then when you hit send, it will give you a message that says your message has been sent and you are all done. Alright, if you ever run into any technical issues with using the Voki website, please contact me right away so that I know that you're having technical issues. Otherwise, the website is pretty user-friendly, and I hope you enjoy making Vokis for your Spanish 1 class. Thank you for watching the tutorial.